Thank you very much, Philip, our chief guest, the CEO, the Forgotten Millions. Our nominees for this event are my co-directors at Corporate Career Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good evening. We are also live on Facebook and YouTube. So for those in America, good morning. Thank you very much. Before I speak much, I'll wish to welcome my co-director at the Corporate Career Academy to also say a word and his name, Douglas.
Tumpigie makofi tafadhali. Tumpigie makofi akikuja, tumpigie makofi akikuja.
It's an actuary, so you can use factorial. Factorial 3.
Thank you, Livingston. Great people, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Douglas Omagwa. I am a graduate of actuarial science, currently working in insurance industry. And as Livingston has said, I am the co-director in the Corporate Career Academy. I'm so happy this day because this marks the beginning of the long journey. This is the very first award that is being done by the Corporate Career Academy. And I would wish to welcome you all. Feel safe. Congratulations in advance for the winners of various awards. Thank you for the participants. I hope that next time we will have more and more on board. Thank you so much.
So this guy is speaking in mathematics. So let me now speak in marketing. Good afternoon again. Good evening again. My name is Livingston Makori. I am the founder of Corporate Career Academy. Welcome, Dean of Students, University of Nairobi. Karibu sana. I also want to recognize the presence of USIU Africa. They were not mentioned. Can you clap for them? Daystar University, did we clap for them? Yeah. Allow me to speak to you in a language we want to understand each other. In this country, a normal graduate takes between 5 to 6 years to get a stable job, if you are lucky. In this country, 51% of the youth who come from our higher learning institutions are not ready for the job market. In this country, we can create opportunities if our people are empowered. That is the genesis of Corporate Career Academy. One of the questions you ask yourself, even the managers who are here today, when you call a group of young people for interviews, you sometimes wonder whether the grade they got and what they are doing, they understand it. One of the hardest things is for the young people to understand even the job they are being interviewed for. That calls for a lot of questioning. But we cannot blame these people. We cannot blame them. One of the challenges we have had, especially in our education system, the syllabus is maybe revised after 5, 6 years, 7 years, 3 years, those who are lucky. Technology changes so fast that before we think of what we will do tomorrow, we have ChatGPT. Before you think of doing something else comes up. The world is changing so fast that if we are not able to go back to our youth, actually they are doing the best. They are reading, they are scoring good grades. We cannot blame them for that. The cost of wrong career choice is a big impediment to families and institutions. If someone chooses a wrong career, they'll end up wasting a lot of their time. And we have seen graduates, they choose a course which they are not maybe aware about because the parent told them this is the course to do. They saw their neighbor driving a big car, Probably they saw somebody and thought, my friend is doing this course. So it's upon this Office of Career Services and upon us as mentors to be able to guide those young people to be able to understand, where can I go? What are my skills? What can I do better? It's said, fish cannot climb a tree. And all of us know that. It's very good in swimming. Each and every young person is good in something. So the journey in identifying which career is fit for them has been left to very few people. I've been privileged to be a student leader, director of academics. I've been privileged to be the chairperson of the Alumni Association. I've been privileged to be a class rep. And I've been privileged to work in the corporate world. And I can tell you, universities, especially those who are away from Nairobi, even getting somebody to speak to them becomes a big problem. Imagine a university as far as Masai Mara calling a CEO from Nairobi. They're just thinking, how long will I spend? That's where we started in Corporate Career Academy, what we call corporate social responsibility. We are spending a lot of money planting trees. Who will take care of those trees? We are spending a lot of money building classrooms. Who will take care of them? Unless we take note of the human factor of the youth of this country, then the country we are building, we build it for nobody. That is the call. We set out some 8 years ago, and I'm very glad to see my mentor here. We set out 8 years ago, and I remember at that time, Philip Pande was director of academics at Chuka University when we were doing this work, meeting young people and talking to them. When we meet them out there, some of them are managers today, and they look at it and say, wow, whatever you did to me was good. That's what keeps us here. Sometimes we may not know what we want, but we know why we want it. We may not know how to do it, but we know what we want. What we want is a situation where young people can be mentored by subject matter experts. Young people can be guided on career choice. Young people can be guided on available opportunities. The Office of Career Services, and I'm sad to say this, any company, their end product is what they produce. If you talk about Coca-Cola, their end product is Coke, Fanta, Sprite. I've not been paid by Coca-Cola. They've been our sponsor. In universities, the end product of that university is the type of graduate they produce. If a university does not provide graduates who can be employed, then the university is not doing its work. So my call today, as we even award the Uongozi Career Awards recipients, is can we also talk to our management to at least fund those offices, give them resources. You'll imagine a whole university with 16,000 students, there's only one career guidance office, one person doing career, one. What can they do? A call upon us who are seated here, can we adopt someone? Can we invest more? Our journey has been very good up to this point. We have had speakers, we have done more than 200 speakers who have been able to come through our platform, both online, physical. We've been able to reach more than 30,000 students, a majority of whom are giving us positive feedback. We've been able to go to more than 49 universities, either physically or through sessions online, which also gives us a lot of satisfaction. But again, we cannot mention this work without mentioning the people who have worked with us to make this happen. When this started, I think it was very hard to explain to somebody that you are doing mentorship. You know, somebody asks you, huna kazi ya kufanya? Have you ever been asked that question? Unanga kazi, tunakuonanga Chuka, wapi, tuna Masai Mara juzi, kwani una job? I want to tell them I have a lot of work to mentor these young people. A majority of the people, we are in the office traveling for the next promotion. But the question we never ask ourselves, who will occupy where we have left? Are we preparing someone to sit where we have left? And if we are able to answer that question, then that one becomes a successful society. So I want to appreciate some of the partners we have worked with, and some of them who are here. CASNEP has been a very great support to our work. I remember some days we could go to universities, and honestly, the Office of Career Services cannot even buy you water. No wonder we are not buying you water today. Yeah? The situation is tough, but we have had partners who have worked with us, CASNEP, if they're here. We have Kenya Airlift Program, where are they? They're here, thank you very much. We have worked with Absa Bank, which is also not here. We have worked with Coca-Cola Company, who have also supported our activities. ISA, International School of Advertising, we have done a number of things with them. Upstec America are also linked with the Corporate Career Academy, linked with the, Airlift. We've also worked with the Airlift Circle. They have also sponsored even this event today. UNSAF has also been a great support to us, including sponsorship for the event today. We've worked with JCVs. Let me mention JCV. This man has gone with us to more than 7 universities. Yes, talking about CV writing. And sometimes, and most of the time, he never asks you where is transport. We also want to appreciate Enlightened You. They are not here. UiPath. UiPath, good. You have been good people. We also want to appreciate African Institute of Management, the boss seated here. Thank you very much for the support. And many, many organizations. We also want to appreciate those speakers who are here, mentors, and those who are not here, and believe that tomorrow we can also have a better way. Why Uongozi Career Awards? One of the things I realized, I used to be #1 in my primary school. I used to maintain it because my father used to tell me, when you add more marks, I'll take you to a boarding school. I worked until class 8. I never saw a boarding school because it kept me moving. Next time, if you perform better, we'll give you something better. So we looked at this and said, there are people who are doing a lot of work. If you ask somebody like, I'll mention some few names here. You go to my sister at Daystar University. She's working alone in a department, serving more than 7,000. Does that person need to be appreciated? Of course they need to be. The biggest office of career services in this country will have less than 5 employees. If there are more, maybe KU. I know you are endowed with resources, but again, you have so many students. There are those student ambassadors who have also been doing a lot of work. Some of them even don't understand the course they are doing, but they have taken it upon their time to explain to their colleagues why they need to stay in that career. We also need to appreciate them. Why Uongozi Career Awards? We believe that everything starts and ends with leadership. If we have proper leadership, this proper leadership is able to bring all these stakeholders together, so that these stakeholders can be able to work to a common goal, guiding that young person to be a better professional, to be nurtured, to be ready for the industry. So we chose that the word Uongozi specifically because we are looking at leaders. And leadership is not about the number of people you lead, but the impact you create in the smallest place you are in. And these are the same people who have enabled us to go to those institutions and speak to their students. Sometimes we go to speak to clubs and societies, and the dean is not aware sometimes. Mr. Kaiga, we speak to Actuarial Club, and you are not aware. Because students have called us, they need help. And that's why we want to identify those leaders. These awards for this year were very unique. We have been thinking about doing awards, and the process was becoming so hard. So we thought about it with Philip from around the month of February, April. Come July, we also spoke about them, even looking for the name. When we were at Masai Mara, we thought, hey, we need to start that thing. Huh? The time is moving. When we started developing the system, it became very difficult. Yeah, we tested it. Sorry for the short time we gave you, because we also struggled a lot. But at this point, we also want to recognize the team who have worked with us, the team of volunteers. We don't have any permanent staff, nor are we permanent. Some of us, we tithe in this business. So we also want to appreciate the team of volunteers, students, who have volunteered with us, who are able to support us. Sometimes they do a poster you feel is not very professional, but you have to post it because you also have to keep their morale moving. Because they have come and said, give me this work. I want to volunteer. So, this event We may not have done it the way most of us wished, but what we are happy about, and we'll go and sleep and wake up, we have done it. That's the only thing we are happy about. We may not have reached all of you, and actually we were depending on a number of people, maybe sending you emails at night. But the thing we are happy about is that we have been able to amplify the voices of people who are doing this work. Our awards this year were majorly, we sent out a link and asked people, nominate yourself or nominate someone you think has done something. So if you are here, somebody mentioned you, and that's what we are happy about. If we can have 100 people talking well about you, then you rather not eat supper, you are safe. So institutions were also able to nominate themselves. And of course, those whom we have worked with and feel they have had impact, those who merited, we were able to put their names up. The voting started on Friday at night. We had a major hiccup on Saturday morning on the website. Then our team worked. We've been able to run, but we really appreciate the support. We had more than 22,000 guys who voted in this platform, which is a big number. And we were able to get those results. Sometimes unamuka usiku, I remember one of the people ananiambia, ni kama iko slow kidogo, naambia just a minute, let's work on it. And we are here today. So what are we calling you to help us do? All of us are mentors. Go to high school, talk to those young people. Primary school, talk to them. Even if you are here and you are in high university, I know we have done some of the, with of the officers, we have been able to take them to high schools, have discussions with those young people. One of the things they want to hear is, I spoke with somebody ametoka university. That's what they want to hear, and it really keeps them moving. By the way, some of the people have been asking us, how do I become a mentor? Becoming a mentor is very simple. Create time, come, meet young people, answer questions. If you don't have anything to say, they'll ask you. We may also seem that we have not done a lot. Probably this is for managers, directors, and CEOs. Mentorship is not for a specific class of people. You can do it. So what does Corporate Career Academy do as I wind up? So in Corporate Career Academy, one of the things we are doing is a professional career day. So we have dedicated 12 days in a year. A normal employee like me, I have 21 days. Out of 21, I have dedicated 12 to go to universities, institutions. So every month, we have an event in an institution of higher learning. We have done events since we started last year with Pwani University, Technical University of Mombasa. We went to Pwani, we went to Chuka, we went to Masai Mara, Kisii, also in Machakos. So that is ongoing. So this month, next year, we'll also have our monthly events where we come, we bring a number of professional bodies, mentors to engage with students. And they have been a great success for those who have attended. The other thing we do is we support guys in CV writing skills and training. So JCVs are people we have worked with. We've worked with Brighter Monday. We've worked with a number of organizations to guide young people on CV writing and all that. We have a session we call Ready to Work. And Ready to Work program is being supported by Absa Bank, and sometimes we also do that. One of the Ready to Work and job readiness is a program where we interact with the 4th years before they leave college and guide them on their way out of college. Let them understand help is coming to an end for those who are in public universities. So we have that program. We also have a program where we train student leaders. We have been privileged to be student leaders, and we believe we made our own mistakes, we learned from them, and we can share with these young people. So we've been able to train officers of career services. We've been able to train career ambassadors, and those sessions, sometimes we do them for free. We don't charge students, because that's what we want to achieve. We also have sessions for where we can help you in officers of career services, guide you, help you, link up with the partners we work with. And we'll also be able to mention some of the partners we work with and where we want to link you. One of the things we want to do this year is to give students the future of work skills. And we are happy to note UiPath is willing to train our students on robotics. Robotics processes automation is the new engine of driving operations. So UiPath has been very gracious, and they are willing to train young people. There's a lot of demand for UiPath developers, robotics developers. There's a lot of demand. The other course we are doing is data science, which is a huge course. So data science, again, we have a partnership with African Center for Data Science and Analytics, who are the only 2 institutions licensed in Kenya and South Africa to offer data science from the Institute of Business Analytics. Yeah, I'll confirm the exact name. So we're also working with them, develop some content that is ready for students, so those partners will also be able to run through that. Other than that, we also have short courses. We'll also be able to work with partners, one of them being Amazon Web Services. We are in discussion to see how do we train our young people where they are in colleges. Some of the courses are free online, but again, we need to give them a human touch. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we want to call you to this journey with us. Support us, help us. Let us work together. The next Uongozi Annual Career Awards next year will be a big one. And we'll start very early in the day. We'll call some of you for advice on how we can do the sorting out. We'll also involve some of you to develop criteria for awarding, so that by the end of the day, we are able to incorporate everyone and everyone feels this has been done in the right way. Thank you very much, and may I wish all the participants, all the nominees, and those who have won, all the best and Merry Christmas. Those who have not won, next year is for you. Prepare well. Thank you very much.